All right, we are here with Colorado's best attorney, Phil Harding, in this sponsored segment. And today we are going over a real case, Phil. It's regarding bicycle car accidents. This is big in Colorado. We've got a ton of bicyclists.
Bikes, man, against a car never wins.
No.
I want to go over this real life case. So here is where a car is running into a bicyclist. We're going to see what laws apply. We're going to talk about that word subrogation. We talk about it every once in a while. And then if you're on a bike, you're going to get messed up. You need to stack insurance. Let's go over the facts, okay? So, and this, it doesn't sound like it's important, but it's important. The person that ran into my client, they were driving a friend's car, okay? Hits my bicyclist. My guy has a broken femur. He's off work for 2 months, and he has over $70,000 in medical bills.
I can imagine. I mean, it only takes one time, and you've got bills coming for weeks.
So let's talk about some of these things and what applies. First of all, if you're ever in a situation, whether you're in a car or a bike or a motorcycle, I want you to use your health insurance, Medicaid, or Medicare. It's really important because they reduce the bills, and we're going to be going over that.
Whose insurance covers it, by the way?
Yep, so everyone thinks that the other side, even if they admit that they're at fault, that they're writing the checks for the medical bills. They're not. Remember, the other side writes one check and only one check at the very end. So that's why you need to use your health insurance. So now let's get into this a little bit deeper. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about stacking insurance, because if you're on a bike and you got $70,000 in medical bills or anything, you want to get the maximum recovery. So first you look to the owner of the car. So this guy was driving his friend's car. His insurance comes first. The next thing is this driver. His insurance comes second to that. Then we're going to look at this thing that's called uninsured, underinsured. And I know, even though the guy was on his bike, his uninsured, underinsured on his car still applies. Uninsured, underinsured covers you whether you're walking on a bike, skateboard, any of that kind of stuff. It's so important to do these stackings. Let's just look at this one more time, the three or four different levels. So on the uninsured, underinsured, it's not only your car, but if you live with someone, like your brother, his car still applies. And doesn't that sound weird? There's an insurance regulation that also says that if you put in a claim and it's not your fault under uninsured, underinsured, your insurance company can't raise your rates, can't dock you, can't do anything. Now, I want to talk about why you want to use your own health insurance. Because if you have health insurance, Medicaid or Medicare, this is a real bill. It's called an EOB, stands for an explanation of benefits, and we've all seen them, right? So the billed amount from Swedish was $29,000. Health insurance comes back and says, nah, normal and customary, we're reducing it by $20,000, and so the amount covered by the plan is $8,500. If you sent this bill to the other side, they'll go, great, we'll pay the $8,500. No, they don't. Colorado's collateral source doctrine says the other side only gets to see that $29,000. So they pay you the $29,000 at the end. You might have to pay back through subrogation.
I was going to ask you if you had to pay it back.
Yeah, $8,500. But if you sent that over to the other side, you've lost out on, what, $21,000 on that thing?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about one last thing. If you have to pay back your health insurance, Colorado's Make Whole Law, which says it is presumed you are not made whole if the other side's insurance company offers you the full policy limits. And remember, here in Colorado, state minimums are $25,000 on a car accident case, insurance. So in that case, the other side came with their $25,000. They said, here's all I have. Colorado's Make Whole Law says, if you get the full policy limits, you are not made whole. So you don't have to pay back your health insurance. You don't have to pay back subrogation. Medicaid, Medicare, you do, but you can negotiate with them. Also, there are some exceptions to the health insurance, but it's so important to follow this. It's very complex, you know, on the collateral source doctrine, right? The Make Whole Law, stacking insurance. It's highly important, but, you know, make sure you get the right attorney to talk you through this stuff and work on it, because if not, you're leaving money on the table.
I can't imagine not having a lawyer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
seriously, with all of that going on and all the insurance.
They pay.
Phil, thank you, as always.
Yep.
Hire Phil. He knows what he's doing. To reach Harding and Associates directly, 303-762-9500. You can get a free consultation anytime, and you can find Phil online at hlaw.com. Phil, thank you for sponsoring the segment.
Thank you.
Yeah.